All right, we are live. We are doing another Lichess Ladders game. 30-30. Now, so the way Lichess Ladders works, just so we're clear, already know I'm going to be playing the black pieces. Because I don't I don't do a lot of, how do I say this? I don't do a lot of challenging because I don't have a lot of time. Okay, so I hang it on the ladder in my spot. I'm not a big climber boy, and I'm mainly focused on the Chess Dojo Open Classical right now, and so I'm not struggling to find the classical games that I want. Meaning to me that I play black a lot, and when you are the challenged, you play black in the Lichess Ladders. And so it looks like 34 hours ago. So this game was just played. They can stalemate. We're going e4, e5. That's all I need to know. We do the Italian. Now that I know that they're an Italian player, am I at such a level that matters? No, I'm not. But now I know. It literally means not, like, me at my level doing this kind of like, let me check out my opponent, means basically nothing. We're going to do some puzzles, right? Let's do some easy puzzles. Just so we can get into the groove of things. Now, the funny part is how the easy puzzles are going to mess me up. Easy puzzles are going to mess me up. For sure. Because they're minus 600, but I'm cold, and I'm not going to be able to do them. So this is interesting. I can't necessarily move this knight, because if they take and draw my king away, no, it's just regular old queen trade. I could just develop, but there's some kind of tacky. There's a tactic here. What's the tactic? Queen takes d5. Queen takes d5. They're on opposite squares. So that's not a forking square. Can't go h4 because that is defended. Can't really go h5 because it doesn't do anything. We could develop and go b6. Looking at this pawn, they have to come out. I'm liking b6. We just have to be extremely careful. Well, you know what's probably going to happen? Even if I go b6, it's not as bad. But if I don't, their next move is going to be f4. So let's go. Oh, is that the challenge? All right, let's see if I was right. No, get a hint. Is it here? I thought, maybe this was it. But hey. All right, we are now in. We're the black pieces. Let's get out of Zen mode for 1 second. Do a quick good luck, have fun. Let's get beat up. Let's get beat up and see where we're at. Okay, we have e4. We know we do e4, e5, generally speaking. Attacking the center. Putting 2 pawns in the middle. Okay. Don't need to be too provocative. I don't really study too many openings. So, I don't study too many openings. Which means, like, I kind of have what I do, but outside of that, right? So we definitely have the Italian game. Now, there is a line that I know. It's a tricky line. And that's here. They go here. And then the tricky move of going here. If my opponent is greedy and comes down, that is really good for me because I'm now threatening checkmate. The problem I've always had, though, is they can just take the knight, right? So let's we have a few minutes. Say we come here, they go here, we take, they take back. Hold the phone. Is that that's the center fork trick, people? Do we do it in a classical game? Do we do it? Do we have the guts to do it? I'm going with yeah. I'm thinking yeah. If I lose, I lose. Am I willing to risk it for the biscuit, for a little bit of fun? It's a Lichess Ladders game. Not that it's more saying it's a 30-30 classical game. This isn't too much of my time wasted. Yes, this is kind of the best move because it stops this, then it leads to like a super weird symmetrical end game or symmetrical game where we're like throwing these out, this goes out. How does this go wrong? Here takes, here, we're here. If you decide to take, I'm gonna checkmate you super duper early. If you take back, so here. Now, the problem is, I'm pretty sure the problem is here, you can take here, and that causes an issue. I'm going to look at this line later. We're going to go the cowardice route, and we're going to look at the line, and I'm very interested in it. And yeah, I think I've looked at it before because it's like a fun little, it's a little trap. Just a little trap. And the trap is nullified by, I'm pretty sure, bishop f7 check. And then even still, like this is my opponent left the game, huh? Oh, they're back. Okay, good. Good, they're back. That's what we were hoping for. Oh, they left the game again. Oh no. I mean, they have time. I was okay. But yeah, so sorry to get back to it. So this is kind of like known-ish territory to me, but here, bishop, knight takes e4, and I'm pretty sure Oh, we're just castling now, huh? Let's get in here. There is another trap is not the right phrase, but it's like a situation that white commonly runs into, which is you go c3, and then I play a developing move, d4, e takes d4, e takes d4 with a tempo, but you come back here. Oh, it doesn't work here. Oh, huh. Anyway, so you come. I guess if they don't castle yet, right? You go bishop d4 or b4. They block with their knight, but that self pins the knight, and you can usually get that pawn for free. But they did not do that this time. It's still very symmetrical, so we need to find a way to unbalance the posizione. And it stinks, right? But like, if they push up their e pawn, d pawn, I'm just gonna go G, because the common thing would be coming in here, because they have a pretty solid grip of the D square, the D5 square. 1, 2. No, they don't. I could technically go D5. Takes. Knight. So now they do, though. So what do we want to do? Huh? I've been told to go here as well in the past. I just don't remember why. If I'm being honest, why now? We could get a tempo, but we'll be wasting a tempo by going A5, basically trading off. So let's keep it principled. Principled Peter. We're not going to go H4, H6 until they go like D3. So we're going to wait on that. Let's open up our light squared bishop. This is not a problem yet. Yet. Doesn't really do too much yet. It will. Will one day. It's like the common, like, if you don't prepare for it, it's such an annoying move. We're pretty even on time now, mostly because I was trying to justify, and maybe that's a line I actually look at. The Italian is pretty, well, so I'm part of the chess dojo, and part of their philosophy is like, don't study openings. And it's not don't study openings for no reason. It's don't dedicate your like hardcore study time to openings, which is kind of a common, which is like a misconception, because people just hear don't study openings. So interesting. Haven't seen this before. Is it something I need to deal with right now? Not the biggest fan of giving up my dark squared bishop, but if I come back, it allows me to, well, see, here's the problem, right? I could come here, and then I get tempoed. And they just do it anyway. So let's just come back here. There's just not a lot of escape squares for my bishop. But here, the mentality is I'm technically improving a piece, or not a piece, my pawn. I am opening this file for my rook. If they don't take, what do we do? We could counter. So now my queen side's a little weaker than I want. The dark squared bishop is pretty weak. Not a bad move, I don't think. Do we trade off the light squared bishop? No. Let's not do that. We don't want to do that. I think as good as this feels sometimes, I think it's folly, if you will. How hard is your clamp on d4, d5? Here, takes, here, takes, and what are we looking at? We could castle. We can castle at this point. That knight coming in is not the danger that we think, so we can continue development that way. This bishop, to be honest, is not, it's not the worst bishop in the world, and this rook is already kind of doing something. So here, what do we got? A pawn move. And that's kind of what I want to avoid, is like those like easy pawn mover ones. I'm going to say let's go ahead and castle. The center is pretty mobile, actually. Only because we each have our pawn breaks. So what pawn break do I want? Well, they're going for this one. How good is their clamp on that, right? Here. Takes. So do we bust the center open? Are we ahead in development? Not really. Not especially. So what could we do? We can try and take their light squared bishop and play on the dark squares. Here. But that actually gives them this pawn because it'll be attacked twice. So I'd have to figure out how to mitigate that. So here, let's just look. Takes. Pawn takes. Knight takes d5. Bishop takes d5. Queen takes d5. This is actually now defended twice. Because knight could take. This knight can take. Rook takes, queen takes. Okay. If they push up, we just capture. No. They can't just push up. We could throw down this move really fast. If they come back, take. But then queen can take. Let's break open the center. I think this is fine. We'll see how it goes. So, development is not, with air quotes, done. But with the removal of this pawn, this rook is technically doing something. And so it doesn't need the bishop move to do something. Right. Did I make a mistake here? This think for a second. Takes. Takes. Nah. I just pull my rook over. Maybe a small mistake. So now this knight is going to take for sure. Because that pressures this one, which isn't a big deal. I actually don't have to deal with it because this knight is defended. But they are going to win a pawn. Can this knight scoot back anywhere dangerous? I wonder. So they take a pawn, but I have more active pieces. Here, maybe? With an idea to shoot up this way. Forking these two. And the fork's not really that, right? So here, you come up. Where's next, right? And that's also like kind of what we need to check. Here, my knight's kind of on an outpost. Here, 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 check. Maybe you come here. Okay, so we knew they were going to do this. We knew they were going to do that. Now this is attacked twice. Takes on the queen. We have an intermezzo. Queen takes. We're here. And if you liquidate it even more, we're actually fixing our pawn structure. Is there another problem? See here. Takes. Here. Takes again, or here. I'm using a lot of here's, here's, and here's. Okay, the other option that we saw and kind of thought about was going knight F. Knight F4. Problem with knight F4 is what happens when they push up. Now they're attacking my knight. And this isn't going to save it. They're just going to take it. Takes. Takes. Then now we are looking at that, but then my knight hangs. So I'm going to say, let's see, knight F4. D4. Do I have anything else I could do? Can't go there, can't go there. Can go here, but then that just, well, that's not. Takes, activates your rook. Come here now. Then we go here and we tempo your rook away. I don't like that one either. We could develop our queen, but again, this kind of messes with it, right? So what do we do then? What did I say here? I don't think I'm in a particularly bad spot, though. Well, hold on. Here, f4 is just going to be really strong because takes. This is now attacked twice. I could do the light square bishop here, defending you. Again, I'm not worried, right? This knight is not. We can go here. That way, if you come here, nope, that hangs the knight. Is there a way to bring my rook into the game? Rook a5 comes down here. Rook a5, then we go here. And now we're applying pressure across the board. Here. Again, that one just. Here. Takes here. And we're posted up on this piece. Or queen takes. Oh yeah, we can't move the queen. We cannot move the queen. The queen is defending this knight here. So it would have to be here first. You push up. Then the queen comes up. Then if they take, I can take back and I'm posted up. So we cannot move the queen first. Candidate moves. I have two candidate moves, right? First is knight f4. Second is rook e2, because if they take, I'm going to do an intermezzo, if you will, and I'm going to take back, and then this is defended. I'm again improving a piece. I'm going for development. I'm fighting for the center. I feel like this attack, like as much as I'd want it, I think it might be premature. Because I think they're going to owe me that developing move. So let's just do the principal move. Jeez, I'm sorry for how long that took. I'm trying to do the principal move. Principal move. Now here, another interesting idea could be sacking here. Queen goes here. Sack, takes, queen goes here, check, Well, honestly, this would kind of lead to a queen trade, wouldn't it? Takes, and we're here. Is that worth the knight? The knight might be sackable. The knight might be sackable here. Let's look at it a little more. Knight takes f7. Okay, so real fast, I don't need to worry too much about what my opponent's going to do, right? I mean, I do, but let's take a second to think, like, what do I need to do, right? Technically, I might be developed. This bishop is, I would say, my worst place piece. This bishop here. I could come here. I could go bishop e6. I don't necessarily need to, though, because I can activate my rook, and I kind of want to come up and activate my rook. But how? I think this is viable cutting the board in half, but then it's like, what's our future here? Here, you can't take. I mean, you can absolutely take, but that's going to lead to another attacker. So now, I would also say that this knight is in danger. So how do you save this knight? That's why I was like thinking of throwing down, right? So if we're here, yeah, we thought they might do that. We're not super duper concerned. This actually does open up the scope of my light squared bishop a bit more. Now they have an intermezzo, but again, my knight is... Oh, shoot. I just took it right back, didn't I? I wasn't going to do that. I panicked. I saw this, and I just could not let it stand. So now they have an intermezzo. Here, here. But the problem then is that my knight's defended, so I'm not actually worried about my knight. And this is kind of an outpost. I have no problems with this. I might move my knight. I might defend my knight, blocking this attack if they don't do it. I could come here, here, to here. Right. So, let's see here. What do we have? Okay. Think it through. Think it through. Think it through. Hoo, 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 hoo. We still have that intermezzo. Our rooks are definitely looking at each other. If we come here, we are in trouble. Because rook takes, I'm pretty sure I'm just checkmated at that point. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. So can we cause any issues? Problem with this move is you just go back. And then what did we accomplish? Nothing. We can come here looking to just float our furthest rook closer. We can't really go here anymore. We can back off, but nah, this knight's fine, I think. So the knight is good. What else do we have to work with? I think this does not work, right? Right. Can't move the queen right now. We can move the dark squared bishop. We could trade off the light squared bishops here. Again, so I've done this in previous games, and it's just... it's just like, what are we doing, right? What's this rook doing here? What's the goal? So let's not do that. Do we want to simplify the position anymore? Do we have anything, right? Check. Here. Here. So we don't necessarily want to move the position anymore. I don't mind taking a little extra time. Principal Pete, are we going to do just the solid move? I don't think there's anything super duper, like, disgustingly beautiful. There might be. We could go here and lose the knight, so we're not going to do that. Candidate moves are to trade off the dark squared bishop, light squared bishops. That'd make their light squares weak, but I don't have anything. It's a bishop versus a knight. Here takes, here takes, takes. I'm going to mouse slip messing around here. Okay, I can't see anything. This is, I think, the most principled move. We're connecting the back rank. I don't see taking the knight as a viable strategy right now. And then next move, we're going to try and just, I guess, move the queen off. Yeah, they're not really weak on any squares because they have the bishop pair. But this knight is going to make life difficult. You tried trading off the dark squared bishop for the knight. So, I mean, where does the dark squared bishop go? Here, here. I wouldn't go there. Wouldn't go there, and it wouldn't go there. And honestly, I probably would trade off here because it builds the center, yeah, but you're blocking your rook. You're making your rook a little worse. And you're, okay, so maybe here. Bishop d2 is a kind of a more passive move. So how do we, can we punish that in any way? Yeah, I think so. I think we kind of do what we were talking about, and we come up here to eventually maybe go in front. We can't trap the bishop, not really. The light squared bishop. So I'm just kind of seeing what I see. I'm trying not to hang anything with one move. We're down a pawn, but I don't feel like I'm losing quite yet. They have a space advantage. Their pawns are slightly better. Maybe this move was not necessary. Sorry, this move, but maybe I have something on the light squares. Here to here, here, here. If I can get away with a check, like if you move here, why would you, right? But here and then takes, and that's an even-ish trade. But then I'd have the light squares. Again, this rook coming here does nothing. Actually, coming here bungles the rook. What am I thinking? We could come up to a5. But what's it doing on a5? You know, what's it doing on a5? h2 is covered twice. So the idea of ganging up on h2 doesn't really work. Oh, gracious. Maybe queen h4. Maybe, but what does queen h4 do? Queen h4, they're moving pawns in front of their king. It's not like the fork I'd want, if that makes sense. Queen h4 Queen. Queen h4. How does that get mitigated, right? Queen h4, h3, bishop takes h3, queen takes h3. The king's open, but where's the attack? Hold on, because then you could go knight f4. Let's see, queen h3, h3. Sorry, queen h4, h3, bishop takes h3, pawn takes h3, queen takes h3. We don't have another check. Not really. Maybe we just get the queen off the back line with queen f2, or sorry, queen f6. Yeah, just queen f6. h3. Where are we going with h3? We try to start an attack there. You got to be careful. That bad c pawn. You move and it's a goner, and I'm winning a pawn back. Okay. Let's put our pieces on good squares. This does nothing. Queen f6. Does that do anything? Queen f6. It gets our rooks connected. I don't think there's anything to be done right now about this knight. And honestly, if they take it, I'd probably just take back with the pawn, heal my pawn structure, and say my pawns are better than your pawns. So let's just do we see any obvious tactical shots, I guess, is another question. Here bungles. So let's okay, here. Here. Problem then comes with this one. I don't necessarily want to trade all my stuff. Here. 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 I think getting the queen off the bank rank is fine. But the only thing is you have these two diagonals open, and so it'll get kind of complicated, I think. I think it can definitely get complicated. That's a nice hole for my knight, I wish. No, but I can go here. It's definitely an option. Here. The only thing is, like, there's no threat right now, right? h3 or f6. I was looking at that calculation earlier, wasn't I? What does that look like? h3. This would set me up with a possible mate. Maybe come down here. No, you can't. You gotta move the queen. And then what is this setting up? Here, here, here. You come back. That wouldn't be great, would it? Is there enough time? Let's see. Here, here, here. Yeah, it's like that next move you come back. So here might be better. Well, what if they don't, right? What else could they do? This wouldn't work just because the rook would take. Let's, ooh, I don't know. I don't know. We couldn't go here because that would lead to a queen trade. Well, hold on. Here. Oh, yeah. Here. Queen takes. Queen, bishop takes. You could take, but then I own this file. Oh, am I I'm really liking queen h4. It gets it closer. And then if you push, maybe we go back and we say we introduced a weakness on the light squares, because then we can throw this in and then come here. Can't go there. Queen h4, queen f6, queen h4, queen f6. Queen d6? What does that do? Hold on. Here, you just go there. And I say, okay. Takes. Takes. Here. Here. Takes. Takes. We could actually just come back here and this is kind of a hole. And then we can come here and here. But we have to be very careful about that. Back to the queen moves. Let's do the queen moves. Here. Here. You just say, haha, and come back. Yeah, let's we don't have a lot. I don't think we have a lot in this position. I don't think that would be weird, right? Yeah, it would be really bad because it would just straight up give away a rook. So this move, I guess, is we want them to move a pawn in front of their king. That's this move. And then we come back to f6. It's like a pendulum maneuver. We don't really have a plan, but we're more just wanting to induce a weakness. I do feel like my opponent is... It's hard to get at anything, right? This rook is super bad. He's just stuck. But I don't really have a way to get at it. So... What is the... Why did I come here? I think I'm just here to get my queen closer and induce a weakness. There's no, like, attack I can do. That would have to be here. That'd be wild. No. No. Did I just trap my own queen? I didn't, but there's not a lot of... I can go here. But this move... So this move, and then I go all the way back. And honestly, I would probably just post up my light squared bishop here because it's an outpost. King can't come forward. You still have a weak back rank. Takes. Oh man, I'd be very careful at that point. Their light squared bishop is not great. My light squared bishop can go wherever it wants. That knight is a really good knight. How do I get my other rook in the game? Do I double my rooks? Double on the e-file? I think I double them on the e-file. The problem is I'm not actually like threatening very much with this queen move. Oh. If you've made it this far, I hope the commentary is good. I checked the audio levels just to, I looked in OBS to make sure that there wasn't doubled audio again. Oh man, that was really embarrassing. Knight for the dark squared bishop. Takes. If you take here, I'm going to start liquidating. All the pawns are kind of defended. This is undefended though. But how do you get to it, I guess, is the problem. What's the goal here? Develop pieces? Takes. No. I think I can just pile up on the e-file, right? What are you threatening? Oh. Now you're threatening this move. But So we go here. You take? Here, 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 here. And then I take, and you're back ranked. Okay. Oh, you actually, hold on. Bishop g5. Bishop g4. How are you defending back rank mate? I mean, that's a crazy in-between move, right? Here. This is a problem that I don't have. Here, maybe here, sure. But I'm going to take. You come up. I come down. I think this is the move. Because this is the threat. Okay, I have a few minutes. I can double, triple check it. Here. Mate on the back rank. How do you defend the mate? Can't come here. Can't come here because that doesn't defend the mate. Okay, so here, and the mate is technically defended, but I'm infiltrated and we've got problems. I think this is the move. Oof. There's the blunder. There's the blunder. I mean, this is an in-between move for sure. But then I'm threatening kind of the same thing. So you have to move here, right? Takes. Takes. Here. Takes. Takes. And we're up. You bring a light squared bishop back. I'm in. Your bishops are... Do the queens matter right now? Now a queen trade is bad. Have to move your bishop in. Well, now we're happy to trade queens. Sure. Take back. You need to take back with the H pawn. Yep. And now we come here. Attacking the pinned piece. Yeah. Okay. Plus 12. That's I thought they were a little lower than me than that. 15 something. I guess I'm not. I thought I was I'm in the 16s. So I'm like 100 points higher than them, right? 1564. I'm like 1689? All right, let's do an analysis. How long's the video? We are at an hour. Let's do a quick analysis, right? We're gonna do it though. I don't want to open the analysis board because they may have already hit the analyze game thing, and they have not messaged me about doing a post-mortem. So we're just gonna chill. We're gonna do our annotations in the Chess Dojo website, which, I mean, to be honest, is kind of my preferred way to do the annotations. Classical games. I don't need to actually do that. New game. See if it is. It's not quite here yet, so we can take the URL and go here. Nope. What? Okay, they didn't actually click it, and if you click refresh, you're going to go right to the analysis board. So import game. Save. Save. All right, we knew this is the case. Okay, so this is what I wanted to look at, right? If we go here, oops, here, here, here. This is the tricky line, right? Because they take, and then you come up here. If they can't resist the candy, they're checkmated. But I think the problem is this move. I want to say I've had this position before. Can we check the position database with the dojo? Yeah, I've had this position before. In that I lost, but it was spiced to the gills. So here, gotta move, and then you don't get, yeah. And so everything's just kind of, here I'm pretty sure it was, so I did some annotations. This was a few months ago, actually. And I think this is actually fine. Queen F3. No, you do Queen G8. And then eventually your idea is to come back up. And then here, unless they move their queen, you're about to get a tempo. So maybe they do like this, like a normal developing move. Hold on though. That works, doesn't it? Because it can't take. The pawn's defended. You have to move. So maybe you go here. This is a different game. Anyway, this was the move, and I've been in this position before, and it's spiced. It's spiced up. I don't think any masters have been in this position. Oh, they have. Wow. And black won? Black won. Black lost. Black lost. Yeah, I mean, like, if you see here a 1700 beat a 1900 in 12 moves. Let's look at that game real fast, huh? Here. Boop, boop. Okay. D4. Looks like you just get... Oh, wow. You just get kicked around a bunch. And so what was I saying that was different? If we flip the board so that I can see it from the black perspective. Can I flip the board? There's probably some way to do it that I don't see. Here. Whatever. And so what I was thinking, let's see here. Takes. Oh, don't do that. Don't take it. So that's what you have to be just the most careful of. But I wonder if you can get away with something like this, right? Here. Something like h6. Driving the knight away. Then the knight comes here. Sure. You get your piece. You're here. Oh, and then this would have been the position from the game. And I think this is... Oh, this is how this game went. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Drive it away, takes, and then, yeah, you're here. Now, I don't... here, I'm not completely sure, but it looks like knight f5. Yeah. Yeah, remember I said you get a tempo. Why did we do that, I wonder? Why did we do that, I wonder? Probably here? No. Here, maybe. Because, you have this thing, right? Take c2. So it happens eventually. Queen h5, d5, maybe kicking that knight, knight g3. So there's something that's happening with this knight that I don't understand. He goes back, and then you get your own nasty fork. Now we're in, and here it's +7. So points of material, by the way, is what I was looking at. So this is an interesting line, and it's something I knew kind of about because I've been in this exact position before. Was it this one? Did I say that? Something like this. Oh, yeah, because here I wanted to come here, but that lets them go do something, right? No. Here. Right. Oops. Lets them get out. So I've been here before. It's just not a super comfortable game. Here, takes. And then here, again. So this is what we have to remember, right? And I think this is completely playable. It's takes. Here, takes. And then they have to protect this pawn somehow. So what did I say? Bishop e3, e takes d, bishop f4. Do you still get? Nah, you come here. For sure. And then we're here, I guess. You can come here, kind of just staying close. We're analyzing a completely different game because of the line that I wanted to look at. Because this is absolutely like where I thought it would go. There, I think, is also a way to get out of this. Because I was thinking, oh, this fails to this, but then you get the center fork trick. Absolutely wild. I think we have a new weapon against the Italian. Let's see. And then the way classically you deal with it is like that. But then knight Now, it would be... maybe here. If they really want to sack so many pieces, all their pieces, now I'm ahead in development. I have double isolated pawns, but I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. Look at this. Burp. Get a tempo. There you go. Now we're looking here with the idea of going here and maybe forking. Anyway, this is an old game. Let's delete all this. Okay, this is the one we don't need. How about we go back to the actual game? All right. Well, you know, that's what analysis is. Looking at it. This, now I know. I haven't checked it with the engine, but now I know is perfectly viable. Two knights defense of the Italian is not bad. I feel like it'd also be really tricky, especially for a 30-30. Especially for a 30-30. Because, I mean, these are not... especially, I may have got him with it, too. Here with the center fork trick. I think this would have been the way to go. And then here, you do have to be, like, super duper careful of this, right? So... well, I mean, yeah, but this is attacked, and then it's attacking that, right? So say you tried something like this. I mean, I'm just going to take. Oh, we talked about that. You can't do it. You cannot do that. Okay, so I guess this would be a good try. And then we're just saying, good luck, my boy. Takes. And you're not trapped by any stretch of the imagination, but maybe something like this. Blocking here. Very interesting. Because if you go here, you can go here. And you're threatening checkmate. I mean, god dang. Nah, but then you come here, and you're actually, like, you're still developing your pieces. It's not fun. It's not great. We come up here next, and where does your bishop go? Your bishop is trapped. So, okay. Principled move, it's fine. Castles. And then now usually, though, what is, you'll see a lot of this. And this is what I was talking about, right? Here, you just develop. Here, E takes D, E takes D. You come in with a check. They block with the knight. And then you're here, plus you're double attacking. And this position, like, I think is still even. Keyword is think. This could be kind of dangerous, right? Because you're looking at the double attack here with check on the queen. So, I mean, maybe the best response is just a castle. You lose a second pawn that way. Oh, don't do that. Lose a second pawn that way, don't you? Now we're double attacking this pawn, and you have to move this. Wow, and black just has the initiative. There's something I'm missing here, for sure. 100%. You don't just get two pawns. And why would you get two pawns? Well, no principle. Here. So maybe this isn't the right move, and it would be here, maybe? You're not winning really anything. This knight is now active. But then you just... This is getting a bit... here, and you're kind of more or less happy to do it. Okay, so you don't have to do that. You don't have to do the queen. You can just do the bishop. And then you want to get your own piece out of the way so that because if they castle, right, like castles and then comes here and your king is still on the file. So then what? Now what would we do? Take here. Distracting the defender. So they can't do that. They'd have to take back with the pawn, and now they have an isolated pawn. Yeah, I don't hate this position, right? Get out of there. They could win that pawn back. So we could come here and just get out of the... kind of give them temporary control of the open file, but we're going to come out here, and it ends up kind of the same. That's too far when I've played most of the game. So let's go back. We need broad, not deep. But I think c3, this is like how I normally see them. And then there's another one where they don't go knight f6, d4. They do this move, which is super confused. It just like solidifies everything. And this is actually kind of hard to play against. The only problem is it stops the usual bishop g5 pinning your knight, and then this knight will jump in. That's a pretty common thing. So, okay, so knight, we're just going to develop. Now, they have not done this yet, so I'm not super worried about it. I didn't like this move. This loses a tempo. You are attacking, and it's attacking a defended piece. But thought I'd open up the rook. This rook didn't do much this game, so that's a little frustrating. So now we see... oh yeah, and then I bungled maybe. So what's the play here? I don't think this is the play. What is the play? Maybe the play's here. Maybe the play is here. Because if you come back, I take... you could take with the queen. But then now I'm here. And actually, I'm going to win a pawn because you can't... maybe... nope. So maybe you come here. And then I get to come here, takes, and then we're here. And I've won a pawn. My back rank is fine. Nothing's under attack. This position's actually super solid, and you have very close to a hanging piece. Oh, and you trapped the boy. Do you? What are you going to attack it with? Defended. Where are we at? And so now I guess the game becomes who can defend and attack this light squared bishop. If you come this way, right? No. You just have to be careful. Heck, I could come here. I'm a pawn up. My pawns are fine. This boy's, nah, because I just lost it. Nope. Nope. here, here, and now I'm kind of in some trouble. So no. Don't trade queens. Don't trade queens. This would have been a blunder. A blunder. And so I guess we can show why it's a blunder, and then we don't need these two. So I'm also like trying to keep this kind of clean. We pull this maneuver. I lose a pawn. I didn't feel like I was super losing though. So what did I, was this when I was having, okay, so candidate move number 1 I went with. Here, 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 here. Well, the problem is then, nope, can't do that. Here, something like this. And then we would have had to go here, something like this. Now, their back rank is fine for now. Let's see, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. So they're going to lose this knight, but, you know, maybe it's just a trade and I win a pawn, which is fine. Not because you can come here. You're actually kind of fixing a lot of your problems by developing. What do you do here? Here. Here. Shit. Oh, thank God. But now I'm down a rook. Good luck. Oh, no. And this is pinned. Oh, no. This is not good. So could have went easily wrong. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Get more of my candidate moves. Queen h4. This was premature. See here. Okay. Queen h3 would have been a mistake. So queen h4 and then maybe coming back here would be fine. And then you can come here and do this, and coming here would have been fine. And then if you really want to trade off the light squared bishop, not a super fan, but maybe that simplifies it enough and I have more active pieces so I can get away with it. Takes, maybe takes this way. Takes, takes, takes. Take with the queen, take with the king. I don't think that's a genius idea, because I forked the king and the queen. King 1 would be a blunder. So bishop f1. You'd have to come here. Takes, takes, takes. Maybe develop. No, that wouldn't be good either. So I would just take it. So rook f1. 3. Maybe I had something here more than I thought, huh? How far did I get in the calculation again? Here, here. So this is a mistake for sure, but we have 6, d4 to protect. Throw that in. What about queen f4, d4, bh3, bishop f1? So I was thinking for a second this move, but that just... it's kind of a similar situation. Takes, and now I'm looking at coming to your back rank. So how do you fix that? You come out here, maybe. I can just takes. I think trading would not be the best. Something like this. And then we're in a rook and knight endgame, and it's kind of a good bishop versus, we'll say, not the best knight in the world, but I can get over here, that's for sure. Well, actually, if I got here, you have back rank issues if you move your rook. That didn't happen, though. I wanted to kind of pin, and in this way, I could get this intermediary move that I immediately forgot about. So I was thinking something like this, right? And then maybe we can go here, bring this over, go up one. So knight f6 takes. I thought this was a thing. I don't really have a way to do it just yet, so they decided to push, open up their dark square bishop. I actually don't think that was bad. Go ahead and protect my rook for a second. A3, mistake. I don't understand it. I have no idea what A3 was. Maybe you're not protecting anything, and I guess maybe to bring out your dark squared bishop, and so this is protected from that. But I don't know. I say blunder. I really be more kind, but okay. So now H3, H4, trying to induce a weakness with a pendulum move. This move. So what I think was what they wanted to do was kick back. So if I made a goober move, let's do that. That's what I wanted to do, right? You're here, here, and then maybe here. And then this would be a not terrible, actually, liquidation. I have a pawn in the center. You have all your pawns. Everything's kind of defended. And I've got to, now it's up to me to figure out how to get in and do all this stuff. I think this is what my opponent saw. Personally. Or, well, maybe something like, I don't even know, this move? Because this would have been worse for me. Here. Not really. Maybe they just didn't see everything super clearly. I don't think this is particularly good, but I don't think it's worse for me. I'm about to, knight's about to start getting around. This is definitely a hard end game. Looking at this one, like what pawn do I even attack? What pawn breaks do I even have? I think this is actually better for white, to be perfectly honest. But they did not do that because I had this move. Allowing your back rank issues. And I don't have back rank issues, right? Here, And you have the same issue with me attacking your queen. So, like, it's kind of the same deal here, right? It's the exact same position, except I'm a pawn up. Interesting. Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. So queen g. So the better move is rook takes e8. For sure. Because now I'm only a pawn up. You're still a pawn up. Here, here, here. Boom. Now the problem is I have a dynamic advantage in that my rook is paralyzing your boys. Well, I'd still come here though, and I'm winning a piece. I wouldn't say a clean piece, but then this is still pinned, and so now you're about to fight all my pieces because I don't have to like struggle. Bus here, 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 here. Actually, I'm looking at checkmate, aren't I? So, what do you do? Right? Maybe you come down. I wouldn't do that. What do you do here? Can't move that, so we come here. I go here. We go here. Does it still work? Nah, it doesn't. Does it matter? I'm a piece up. So the problem is here, here, here. So it'd be like takes, here. Nah, you wouldn't do that because you lose a pawn. Here and back here. And so now it's time I think, for my king to come over. You've got to relieve the pressure on yourself somehow. So we're going to come here. Forks these two. It's not a fork, but it's a trade. And now it's just a bunch of pawns. And actually, what's funny is this is an in-game scenario kind of thing for the chess dojo, like a bunch of pawns and a king versus a king and a bunch of pawns. And here, I do think I have an advantage. It's not going to be like super duper easy. But I think the rook takes e8. I think this is the best chance. Obviously, because g3 is not great. It leads exactly rook e1, the same exact position. You do not want a trade now. You are lamenting this move for sure, 100%. But let's see, here, what could you have done? You're probably lamenting the queen move. What do you do here? What do we do here? Can't sack the queen. Oh, well, I think I figured, yeah, you do this. Boom. And then you can trade. Yeah. And then it's just like, yeah. Well, in here, you don't have to come back. You go this way. I don't think this works anymore. Yeah, you're kind of in the same scenario. Oh, hold on. here, you take here. I mean, here, kind of trapping the rook, yeah? Here. And then I'm winning this endgame. I'm about to have a few more pawns. I mean, you can't. So now I'm up a pawn. Maybe this is drawn. There's a, let's see. Is there, player table base? 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, so there's a few too many pieces to actually see the table base on this. But yeah. I think this is good. This is good. But we're going to end the video here. I'm going to put some thoughts just in the thoughts on this side. Hopefully you can see. Yeah, I'm going to put some of my thoughts down. This is not. I wasn't planning on doing the Chess Dojo site, so it's not the prettiest. But hey, sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed the video. This was a really fun one. I think I did a lot better in the commentary. It is a lot harder to talk, think, and play at the same time. So, ooh, do I still have coffee? Oh, yes, I do.